6 months ago, I was in the worst shape of my life. I'm 20 years old, sitting at the end of my second year of a law degree that I genuinely couldn't care less about. I only chose it because of the familial expectations, and I was too scared to figure out what I actually wanted to do. My daily reading consisted entirely of descriptions of YouTube videos. That was it. I was just existing. About 6 to 12 months ago, I forced myself to read 3 specific books. Famous books, heavy books. And if I'm being completely honest with you, they didn't do anything for me. I read the words, I closed the covers, and my life stayed exactly the same. I stayed in my rut. But about a month ago, I opened up my old notes from these books and suddenly it all clicked. And I think that's the thing about books. They don't actually change your life when you read them. They change your life when you finally need them, or when you finally start living what they're talking about. Revisiting those notes is what pushed me to start 75 Hard, to start learning German, to start training for an Ironman, and to sit in front of this camera right now. I want to talk about those 3 books today, not to give you a book review, but to explain how they dragged me out of the rut, and why I finally stopped hating myself for wasting my teenage years. The first book is Brothers Karamazov by Dostoyevsky. If you haven't read it, the plot basically revolves around a family. 3 brothers and the absolute train wreck of a father who ends up murdered. But reality is a massive philosophical debate about faith, suffering, and free will. There's a quote in it that says, "The mystery of human existence lies not just in staying alive, but in finding something to live for." For the last couple of years, studying law, putting on weight, isolating myself, I was just staying alive. It was the safe path, but it wasn't living. Deciding to put myself through 75 Hard, aiming for an Ironman, deciding to make YouTube videos, that is finding something to live for. Dostoyevsky also wrote, "You will burn and you will burn out. You will be healed and come back again. This is my last message to you. In sorrow, seek happiness." I burned out. I spent my late teens burning out on bad habits and a lack of direction. But reading that reminded me that the burnout isn't the end of the story. I'm in the healing phase right now. I'm coming back. The second book is Stoner by John Williams. It's the exact opposite of a thriller. It's about a guy named William Stoner, a poor farmer's son who goes to university, becomes a pretty mediocre English teacher, marries a woman who makes him miserable, grows old, and just dies. To the outside world, his life was a complete failure. No massive climax, no resolution, just simplicity. But the book argues that his life actually had immense dignity. There's a line where a character says to Stoner, "You must remember what you are and what you have chosen to become, and the significance of what you are doing. There are wars and defeats and victories of the human race that are not military and that are not recorded in the annals of history." I think about that every single day I'm doing 75 Hard. No one is going to give me a medal for going to the gym twice a day. No one cares that I'm forcing myself to speak unedited to a camera just to get better at talking. These are silent victories. And even though I hate my law degree, Stoner reminded me of something crucial. There's a moment where he realizes all that he did not know, all of that he had not read, and all the serenity of which he labored was shattered as he realized the little time he had in life to read so much. I might hate the subject, but I am incredibly fortunate to just be in a position to learn. Time is running out. We have so little time to acquire the knowledge we actually want. Just because I'm not interested in a subject doesn't mean I shouldn't be grateful for the time I get to sit and learn it. Time is so precious and we shouldn't waste it being caught up on things that are out of our control right now. The last book is East of Eden by John Steinbeck. It's an epic that spans generations. It's essentially a retelling of the story of Cain and Abel. It's about whether we are doomed to repeat the sins and mistakes of our past, or if we can carve out our own path. Steinbeck wrote, "All great and precious things are lonely." And I think I feel that right now. Stepping away from the normal 20-year-old university experience, the drinking, the drifting, the going out every weekend, to then training and trying to build this channel up. It's isolating, but it has to be. The core of the book, the thing that made me stop hating myself, was a single Hebrew word, timshel. It translates to "thou mayest." It means you have a choice. Steinbeck writes, that gives you a choice. It must be the most important word in the world that says the way is open. For a long time, I held genuine animosity towards my younger self. I was angry at the kid who wasted his teenage years, the kid who gained the weight, the kid who picked a degree that he didn't want to do. And I used perfectionism as an excuse. I told myself that I couldn't be perfect. I might as well be stupid. Like the book says, sometimes a man wants to be stupid if it lets him do the things his cleverness forbids. But timshel means I have a choice right now. Holding on to the hatred for who I was is actively stopping me from living my 20s. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to be good. Because perfect isn't coming. But good is here right now. Good is something we can work with. Just showing up every day, being consistent, putting in reps, we can work with good. 6 months ago, I read words on a page. Today, I'm actually trying to live them. If you're in a rut right now, if you're punishing yourself for your past version that doesn't even exist anymore, you have a choice to just drop it. I think it's time to give these books a reread. And if I'm going to leave you with anything, I think online you see so many expectations to engage with what you read and that reading will change your life. And unlike what this title says, reading won't change your life. It will only help you when your life is changed. It'll help you realize the differences. It will help you grow once you realize you need to change. None of these books, so to say, changed my life, but they definitely helped change my mindset when I realized I wanted to change. They all taught me valuable lessons about things I want from myself. And the funny thing is that when I read them, none of them impacted me as much as how they do right now. When I first read Stoner, I put it down for 2 months, halfway through, because I thought it was boring and I didn't really understand the points of it. But coming back to it and reading it again and then letting it sit with me for half a year, that's where I saw how much it impacted my life. Sure, you can be a more proactive reader, but just sitting with your thoughts and letting what the book has to say marinate is the best way to read. I hope you have an amazing day. Thank you guys for watching.